There are many amazing dungeons in classic World of Warcraft, but one of them is a cut above the rest. Looming over the cursed and haunted village of Pyrewood in Silverpine Forest is the castle fortress, Shadowfang Keep. As the base of operations of the once great Kirin Tor Archmage, Aragorn, it is filled with the ghostly visages of the once proud defenders of the Alliance, and even more threatening, the Worgen, summoned by Aragorn to fight the agents of the Scourge. However, unbeknownst to the Archmage, the Worgen ally themselves to no banner. They kill without conscience and with wanton abandon. Driven mad by this, Aragorn locked himself away inside the vaulted tower of the keep and accepted these aberrations as his own children. Now, even to this day, Aragorn's ranks plague the once verdant forest, killing any whom strayed too close to the keep.
Enthralling as this story is, there's much more to what made this dungeon great. If you're like Melderon and I, you can traverse this dungeon blindfolded. Its gothic architecture and medieval beauty are etched in our minds. But why? What makes Shadowfang so unforgettable? Among all the great dungeons that classic WoW has to offer, this is our favorite. And that is not by mistake. Shadowfang Keep sticks with you after so many years due to the great design philosophy. So what can we learn about good dungeon design from this dark and ominous castle in Silverpine Forest?
The first lesson we learned by studying Shadowfang Keep over the years is that we were ready to set foot inside it all along. This is because it relies on familiar classical fantasy and horror elements. The dark castle, atop its lofty cliff face, with the foreboding night sky behind it, is something many of us have seen before, whether it be from a movie like Bram Stoker's Dracula, or from playing games like Castlevania. However, there is more than just the exterior and architecture. Ghosts, spirits, and werewolves stalk the keep's interior. These classic horror creatures are here to reinforce our fears, and clearly establish who our enemies are, all while bringing the keep to life. In order for the keep to feel dangerous and haunted, it needs to be filled with enemies that feel like they are part of the ambiance. This is what SFK does very well. This is also partly why raids in dungeons like Karazhan in the Burning Crusade and Utgard Keep in Wrath of the Lich King are so popular and memorable. Classical fantasy mainstays like castles, ghosts, and the overall medieval feel make us keep coming back time after time again.
Another thing Shadowfang does well is that it serves as a climax to part of Silverpine's narrative, the assassination of Aragorn. We are introduced to the Aragorn's Folly questline, where the adventurer is tasked with killing many of Aragorn's Worgen children and retrieving their enchanted shackles. With each turn-in, the adventurer is directed to kill Worgen of increasing power closer and closer to the heart of the infestation, Shadowfang itself. Also, while doing these quests, you will likely be confronted by, and be likely killed by, the Sons of Aragorn, which are level 24 to 25 elite Worgen. I can say from experience that I have been surprised by these terrors more than once. In our opinion, these are the first and original Fel Reavers. Finally, before entering the keep, the adventurer retrieves shackles from shape-shifting Worgen within the cursed Pyrewood village below the keep itself. This is, for many players, the first run-in with an outdoor elite area, requiring the help of other players to finish the task. These quests are an excellent segue to both the enemies and the story arcs we encounter within the keep, which ultimately leads us to kill the once great Archmage, Aragorn. Furthermore, seeing enemies in the dungeon that you have already encountered within the zone you quested in makes the experience more poignant.
Shadowfang Keep creates a sense of dimensional progression early on by making the party escalate throughout the castle itself. After clearing the courtyard of Worgen and ghostly inhabitants, the party races into the kitchen, and then into the dining area to combat Baron Silverlane's vengeful spirit. After defeating him, you run up a set of stairs and start clearing yet again. This sense of climbing occurs after every boss, resulting in sets of spiral staircases that lead the party to Wolfmaster Nandos, and finally, to Aragorn himself. This constant elevation from boss to boss makes the players connected to the physical space of the dungeon itself. As you rise, so does the difficulty. We feel a similar way when progressing through the Tower of Karazhan. The nature of traveling up through the castle satisfies at a basal level, as well as creating a natural form of progression for the party. The bad guy is at the top of the tower, and there's nowhere for him to run. A classic plot if I've ever heard one.
Do you still remember the Commander's Crest and the robes of Aragorn? Yeah, so do we. Shadowfang Keep is full of iconic loot drops and quest rewards that would make any player foam at the mouth. There are 3 quests that are available to the Horde: Aragorn Must Die, Deathstalkers in Shadowfang, and the Book of Ur. All of these quests provide interesting rewards, but none are more memorable than the Seal of Sylvanas, a ring with 8 stamina and 3 strength obtainable at level 18. I remember having this ring on my character well into my 40s. Also, let's not forget the Silver Lane family seal, the Phantom Armor, and the Commander's Crest. These amazing DPS and tanking pieces are sought after by many. But in our opinion, the real competition comes between caster classes. The Feline Mantle from Wolfmaster Nandos and the robes and belt from Aragorn himself are perhaps the most sought after pieces in the entire dungeon. I remember on my priest running SFK close to 7 or 8 times to get all 3 of them, and I don't regret it one bit. These rewards are so good that alliance groups regularly brave the run from South Shore to have their shot at them as well. Having memorable pieces of loot makes the dungeon memorable as well, and this is a major reason why so many people have fond, or perhaps frustrating, memories of Shadowfang Keep.
What makes a villain great? Is it his or her brutal ways? Or maybe it's wearing all black? Oh, I got it. It's having an undead ice dragon, right? Actually, it's none of these. In our opinion, there are 2 things that make a great villain: a zealous belief that they are doing the right thing, and a heartbreaking fall from grace. Darth Vader, or Anakin Skywalker, is an excellent example. Darth Vader is not an iconic villain because he's badass. He is iconic because he is relatable. He isn't perfect, and he makes mistakes. His fall from grace makes him somewhat vulnerable to our emotions, and moreover, he succumbed to the dark side because he felt it was for the greater good, bringing order to the galaxy. Aragorn and Vader are a lot alike. Aragorn tried to save Lordaeron, Gilneas, and Dalaran from the Scourge by summoning the Worgen. Little did he know this would lead to his downfall. He is a tragic character that thought he was making a difference, but ended up just becoming a shadow of his former self, falling into madness. Therefore, the party isn't just storming in and killing for the hell of it. Rather, they are taking a broken man out of his misery. A much deeper tale, indeed.
Have you ever noticed that the music changes throughout the course of Shadowfang Keep? If you have, can you remember where the music changes? When you first enter the keep, you'll be greeted with soft ambience, and this will persist until you defeat the first boss, Rethelgor, and release either a Horde or Alliance constituent from their prison cell. Upon the prisoner opening the door and the party entering the courtyard, the music shifts to the war track. This uneasy 7-beat time signature seems to push you forward, clearing the dangerous courtyard with a sense of purpose. The track does a great job of keeping your party on their toes and increasing their pace. However, as you enter the kitchen, the ambient track replays, slowing you down yet again. This track continues until you clear the keep's ramparts and enter the Wolfenworgen stall-like area. Here, you are met with another track as you climb the spiral staircases, the almost Middle Eastern beats of the Legacy soundtrack. These odd melodies convey a sense of the unknown as you battle your way to Aragorn. And finally, as you enter Aragorn's tower, the music changes again to the Orgrimmar theme, instilling a sense of upcoming battle and danger. These transitions not only set the pace, but change your mood subconsciously. These musical shifts are an example of excellent dungeon design that creates a lasting and memorable experience.
The last lesson we can glean from Shadowfang is that it instills a sense of accomplishment. Shadowfang Keep is perhaps one of the first dungeons in classic WoW that requires thinking outside the box. Like most dungeons, a mage is a welcome addition to every party. However, this time it's not for their hard CC in the form of polymorph. Rather, it's to decurse that pesky haunted debuff that spawns a spirit ad every few seconds. This is one of the most annoying mechanics in the game, which requires the mage, or druid, to be on their feet. Moreover, it is one of the first places that priests can practice using their Shackle Undead ability. And let's not forget that pesky anti-magic shell ability many of the Worgen have in the courtyard, which makes casters rethink their strategy. Also, perhaps more importantly, killing the dungeon's bosses feels very rewarding, as each gets progressively harder. The Wolfmaster Nando's encounter keeps all party members on their toes, as the wolves must be dealt with quickly to prevent a wipe. And then there's Aragorn himself. His mind control and teleport abilities can be pesky to say the least. However, finally, when his corpse lays at your feet, and you've gotten your amazing loot, you feel accomplished as you and your party have just defeated one of the most iconic characters in the Silverpine Forest story. Now, thanks to your party's efforts, the Horde can truly take Silverpine. And, if you are Alliance, you have brought honor back to the Kirin Tor and to Gilneas by enacting their vengeance for them. For low-level characters, this is the first time where you feel you have made a difference. It is truly an epic feeling indeed.
In summary, there are a lot of lessons we can learn from this great dungeon. All these factors make Shadowfang Keep both unique and infinitely memorable. If you have never ran through SFK during the classic era, we can't recommend it more. It really encapsulates the classic experience. And if you have experienced this amazing dungeon, I'm sure you can agree with at least some of these points. Don't forget to tell us your favorite memories while dungeoning through Shadowfang Keep in the comments below. Safe travels in Silverpine, friends. And don't forget to watch out for those Sons of Aragorn on your journeys. Hey everyone! This was a ton of fun to make. As you can tell, we really love Shadowfang Keep. In the comments section, please tell us why you loved, or even hated, this iconic classic WoW dungeon.
If you liked this video, please leave a like below. If you enjoy this type of content, or are interested in other types of videos we make here at DefCamp Melderon TV, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more guides, DefTalk interviews with WoW content creators and enthusiasts, Melderon's Classic WoW vlogs, Y Classic, and Classic WoW Tales. Also, join us on Discord to be part of the DefCamp Melderon TV community, and follow us on Twitter for video updates and more. Links are in the description. And also, don't forget to check us out on ClassicWoW.live. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our wonderful patrons who make videos like this possible. If you want to help us make better content by supporting us directly, consider becoming a patron. There are a number of rewards that you may be interested in. A link to the Patreon page is available in the description and will also be available at the end of the video as a clickable link. Thanks for watching.
This is DefCamp
And Melderon
signing off. Keep on, keep binding and grinding, baby. Oh yeah.